Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans. To another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and today we're in the middle of UK Wrestling Month, and I have a individual that is absolutely doing great things on the independent wrestling scene. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Dolly. Welcome to Dudes at Ringside, Dolly. Welcome.
Thank you. It's cool to be here.
Awesome. So, if my fans are not familiar with you, and what they would not be, introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm the BEASTESS Dolly DAHMER. This is my dead sister, Philippa. So I've been training I've been in the ring performing in front of crowds almost a year. Training for about 1 year and 9 months. And
Wow.
yeah, yeah, creepy wrestler. I'm actually on the bit of a change at the moment. I'm trying to be a nicer person. But if you wanted to watch any of my matches on YouTube or anything, you'd be looking for the Beastess. These days, I tend to go more for the name of the goddess.
Hmm. Awesome. So, what made you get into professional wrestling?
So it's something that I've been like interested in wrestling for quite a while. It's just I never got into it. Um, and then so I had a bit of a health issues a few years ago. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which is like unexplained like pain all over. And so one thing that like helped get me through that was I started bicycling, and the more I was exercising, the better the fibromyalgia started feeling. And so I started weightlifting. Eventually I got to the point where I was like moving around and I wasn't actually in that much pain. I just like looking at the wrestling. I went to watch their All In show, the first All In at Wembley, and I just like really enjoyed it. I just thought like, if I enjoy it, then maybe when I come back, I'll find a wrestling school that I can go to. And if I go to a few lessons, and if my body agrees with it, then I just can carry on going. And yeah, I carried on going. So
Wow.
that's like I went on the internet and I found out about basically just typed in wrestling schools near me, and that's the first time I heard of House of Pain Wrestling, and that's
Mm.
where I've been training and wrestling since then.
So you like, there's a lot of people that I know that I'm 42, so I remember if you wanted to go to a wrestling school, you had to be in them circles, or you have to be in the chats, those wrestling chats. Did you find it easier or harder the school that you found?
Like I say, it was just a quick online search, wrestling schools near me, and yeah, House of Pain. It's a couple of bus rides away and a bit of a walk, and quite easy to get to. I have heard like in the past that you had to travel all the way across the country to go to a wrestling school, whereas now it's not just House of Pain, but there's like other wrestling schools near me that I could go to if I felt like it, and so it's easier now to get into wrestling training than it used to be. I feel like I've chose quite a good time to start getting into wrestling.
Mm. When you first stepped through the doors of the training facility that you fell upon, what were your thoughts? Were you excited? Were you nervous?
Very excited, yeah. Just excited to give it a go. There was a lot of people there, so every now and then they have these like open days. You can just go down and like try it out for free. And the queues, because it was like just after All In, so I guess a lot of people watched All In, and there was like, I want to start wrestling too. So when I actually walked through the door, I couldn't get through the door fully. The line was so big there, one of the biggest open days that they've ever had there. But yeah, walking through, I just very nervous. I tend to be quite like kept to myself kind of person anyway. But soon as you start moving and learning the stuff, I just start getting like more excited and maybe I can do this sort of thing.
Wow. It's kind of crazy to think that All in the UK, in London, it really opened the door for you, like, really opened the eyes you open your eyes
Yeah,
to independent wrestling, you know?
I think not just all in, but like AEW as a whole. I think around that time I just wasn't enjoying WWE anywhere near as much as I used to. And I think if it wasn't for AEW, I would have probably given up on wrestling completely, like not watched
Mm.
it, never become a wrestler. And
Wow.
so AEW, yeah, so AEW really just them being around really inspired me to like, wrestling's still cool and maybe I can do this.
Mm. So, let's go into your first match that you ever had. What was going through your mind? What were you thinking before you stepped through those curtains?
So I was in a match against someone called like Jessica Logan. She was like Miss Massive. She's a short girl, but like her gimmick was to pretend that she was like bigger than she is. And she'd taken a lot of time off, and so it was my debut match, but it was her return match. And cause she was so nervous about going out, that actually made me less nervous. But obviously you're still gonna have some nerves, and as people might tell you, like starting wrestling, like when you stood behind the curtains, like your heart's going, you've got butterflies in your stomach, and but as soon as you walk through the curtain, you become the character, and I guess that's kind of what happened with me. I ran through the curtain, did my BEASTESS War, and something that I got told off for, like by the trainer when he was like, reviewing my performances. I just through the curtains and like straight into the ring rather than like walking around and greeting people or like doing anything like other than that. I was excited to get in the ring and start the match.
Mm. So, did you originally land on the whole gear for the Dolly outfit, or was there something before you had that whole the skirt and then the dress? Like, do you have anything else in mind?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I said, like, when you first landed on the outfit that you wear to the ring, was there an outfit before the one you landed on to where you wear now?
No, so the outfit I wore on my debut was just like a pair of jean shorts and a top with an eyeball in the middle of it. Um, I've had this. I did make this jacket to wear. It's evolved over the time. It's got a lady there with a octopus for a body. Um, yeah, that's what I wore to the ring basically. Always try and like try different things. I wear face paint a lot nowadays. I didn't wear any during my debut match.
Hmm.
They're doll filler. I wear it to the ring around my neck, and I just like hang her from one of the turnbuckles. She wasn't there on my debut. She just a random. She got donated to the charity shop where I work. I thought, yeah, I'll use her in my act.
Mm, that's
Hmm.
cool. Have you ever showed the donation shop that you added the doll you found it in their shop to like, your persona?
Yeah, so often when I've got like a match, I'll go and do some charity shop work in the morning. So quite often she'll be just leaning against a wall in the charity shop somewhere, waiting to go to the match with me.
That's cool. When you
But
go to the shows, do you do you come in your persona, or do you, like I know some people as a guy I met at the indie show I went to in Mayfield, he was already in his gear. And, like, he came with the crown on, and he had the cape on, and I was like, "Oh, he's already all in gear." Like, he came in his gear, like
So not physically, but like, so I had like a lesson from Madman Manson, a British comedy wrestler. Um, yeah, and he says like whenever you go into the wrestling school, whenever you're backstage or anything, always bring your character with you. Like you don't have to go full out character all the time, but you always got to carry a bit of the persona and ego with you. And so I might not like come in all my gear and everything, but there's always that thing in my head that I am the beastess and I am this terrifying force of nature that I've got to keep that in my head, just like give me a bit of extra confidence and help me just before I go out to just like maintain that sort of character.
Awesome. So, like, when it comes to like being like a doll character, do you ever see any other doll characters and try to like, oh, I could make you my friend, my partner on like a doll stable?
So actually, Dolly's just a name, so I'm not like an actual doll. I'm more just like just a monster.
Okay.
I'd say it might be a bit weird that I come to the ring with like a jacket that's got dolls stitched onto it, and I've got a doll that I carry around with me. So I think I do like the idea of me having in a stable with a group of like dolls that like move around and sort of do my bidding. Phillida can't really do much; she just kind of stays there and stares at everyone. I mean, say she doesn't do much though; she does creep people out quite a bit. But would be cool if she could like move about and attack people for me. That would be cool.
Mm. Before we go, do you have any fun stories from the ring?
Fun stories. I, off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything really.
Mm.
Fun stuff. I've been wrestling like around a year now, and nothing really sticks out. I'm afraid. As
Okay. All right. Not a problem. Um, my last question for you: if there was any kids that wanted to join the wrestling business like you did, what kind of advice would you have for them?
and just do it. Like even if you fail at it, like at least you've tried it. But like especially if you're having trouble socializing, you go to a place with a wrestling school and just you learn, yeah, meet a bunch of friends and you meet people who are into the same sort of things as you. So even if you never end up getting in the ring, it could be a place where you end up meeting people who you end up being friends with for a long time, or people who resonate with you. And it doesn't matter whether you're like fit and healthy; it's always something that you can work on and keep on like building up your strength or building up your stamina. But like the thing is, just get through that door. Just get in there and give it a go.
Awesome. I want to thank you, Dolly, so much for coming on the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. And I want to thank you. Wish you nothing but the best of luck on your wrestling journey.
Thank you.
Um, if my fans want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
So I'm on Instagram. Just search the BEASTESS Dolly DAHMER on Instagram, and you'll find me there. Same as Facebook. Either search for the BEASTESS Dolly DAHMER or the Goddess Dolly Darling. I'll be on there as both gimmicks. Um, if you go on YouTube, just type in Dolly Dharma, you should be able to find a bunch of matches that I've been in. And I think yeah, I don't do any other social media other than that at the moment.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dolly. I'm Joe Pant the third,
Oh, I'm Dolly Dharma.
and we will catch you in the next one.